right, everybody, this is the regular podcast. I'm
welcome
Reese's
back.
Pieces, and this is
Mike and Ike.
fuck yeah.
Sick, bro. You're gonna check out Kid
Oh,
Cudi shirts.
we literally just got upgrades. Like, oh yeah, we got
got
the
the
shirt,
Kid Cudi
we got
shirts
the
on.
shirt upgrades. We got the prop upgrades, the mic upgrade.
We're gonna get more into it in a bit. What kind of music do you listen to?
Dude, I listen to everything. Like it's not even it's a lifestyle, but it's also like an addiction. Like I can't live without the music at all. I've listened to so much that it feels unnatural to not listen to music. And honestly, I don't know. I feel like I'm going back into my roots because I'm really getting sick of like hip hop, indie folk, and indie rock. It's just not doing it for me, and I need something more like refreshing these days. Something a little different. So, like Jack Johnson, kind of like this more acoustic. I was listening to like Sublime. I think like yesterday. I don't know, just something different because I'm just really. I don't know. I'm just sick of like certain music, and I know I'm gonna jump back into it because I was sick of hip hop like over the summer, and now I'm just getting back into hip hop. I'm like, holy, this is really good. This is good stuff. But yeah, it's like really depends on like my phases and mood. Of course, like, people go to different phases. Like I was talking to this other person, we'll call them like Jake.
Yo, my man.
Jake is like, bro, I'm like really into metal right now. And I'm like, gross. I'm like, I can't get into metal.
Just a hater, dog. You're such a hater. You're just a hater.
I'm
bro.
not a hater. But why do you listen to music?
I listen to music for a couple of reasons. For one thing, it's kind of like an escape for me. I don't know. I just feel like whenever I sit myself down or like I'm going on a trip or I'm in my car or something like that, putting music on is like the perfect like not time consumer, but like it's something to put on the background while I'm doing other things. The hard thing is with me is that I can't listen to music like just straight up. I have to be doing something else.
That's so true. Like
I have to be doing something else. It doesn't work.
Another thing is when I listen to a song, I don't immediately love it. It takes like repetition, and then it gets stuck in your head, and you're like, holy cussing crap! Like, that song, I want to listen to it, and I think it was rude. It was like
rude,
dude. It was that song, and it's like, well, you gotta be so. And I'm like, yo, let's put that on right now, because I work at Wawa, and they literally play like the most generic pop songs. And like I hate them so much, but like it's getting to the point where it's all stuck in my head, and I'm like, and that song like Rather Be. And I'm like, yo, that's kind of fire.
That's what it is, though. Is the thing about like, I guess we'll get into that later, but like especially like pop music, man, like that's like. That gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, and that's like one of the reasons why I really don't like pop music is because it's so obnoxiously addicting. And I don't know, it just never really clicked with me. And that's why I'm more of like an indie snob than anything. And I know you are too. So.
True. Oh, you're so special.
I
so special. Yeah. But I don't know. I'd say like my music taste like varies like mostly depending on, I guess, whatever mood I'm in. Like, I will go, like, weeks and stuff with just listening to, like, rock, indie, punk, whatever. And then the next week after that, I'll listen to rap, hip-hop, whatever. Like, whatever I'm feeling, essentially. And I feel like there's just a time and a place for that sort of thing.
And you sometimes get stuck to an artist for, like...
literally.
Like... when I'm listening...
Or you have that same song on repeat. Like, it just...
I don't want to talk about that.
Don't look at our Spotify raps.
Dude, I hate my Spotify rap. It's so bad.
Okay, but you listen to the music.
I don't know how Drake got in my top 3, and I'm, like, crying. This is so awful.
Yeah.
Like, he just popped up there, but... Yeah,
especially because he's been like clowned on and stuff for like the past like year. Like everyone just like collectively does not.
Sometimes I just get like stuck to an artist because of what they're conveying. Yeah, like, I was really stuck on Joyner Lucas, and if you haven't listened to him, listen to him because he talks a lot about like conversational topics. there's like a song that sings about like I'm not racist, which is the whole like you know racial like, equality, and he like talks about Eminem and Donald Trump and that whole scene, and he has a song called Revenge, and that song is incredible because it's he raps about all the people that you know talk down on him. He's like, yeah, you'll never be great, and him like proving to them that he is like great. That's his revenge. Like, I'm gonna show you, and I thought that was really cool. And you know, this is why I hate like modern rap now, because it's just
all the same stuff.
It's all the same stuff, all the same topics, all the same traps, and it's like, you know, I fucked my bitch in a limousine.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't have like character to it. Because like I could think of like, I know everyone like, you know, collectively is like, oh, you listen to Eminem, but I mean, Eminem has always been like very like lyrically thematic for each one of his albums. Like I guess you could explain it better than me, but like ever since like Recovery and all that stuff, that's been like, you know,
I actually haven't listened to Recovery because it's like more pop music than anything.
It kind of is.
Yeah, it's just like all pop music. And you know, R.I.P. the Eminem, not rest in peace, but like R.I.P. the Recovery, because I haven't listened to it. But yeah, he just like it's more message based than anything.
Yeah,
and like Kamikaze, for example, it's just him shitting on like all modern rap. Yeah, and like him shitting on MGK. And I thought that was an incredible album, and people were like, "This album's dog water." Yeah, and I'm like, "What the fuck did he just say to me?" Like, what? No, that song is, and just the different like lyrical words that he uses that are really like interesting. Yeah, like you know, where he just goes crazy on Godzilla, and he's like, he talks like, I'm a demigod, methamphetamine. It's like, yeah, it's very original, and you know, that's why I appreciate him so much. I know you want to talk.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's fine. I guess like I was just meaning like the whole progression of him. I guess like through his like albums and stuff, it has like character is like what I'm trying to get at, because I feel like a lot of these artists, like even like some like really popular ones like J. Cole or like Kid Cudi and like a whole bunch of others, like they have this problem like where their albums don't have like a real like I guess character to them. They don't necessarily.
I'm gonna argue that.
Yeah, you can,
because
but, like, let me finish.
Okay. I'll let you finish.
Like in a lot of aspects, like the songs do not match, I guess, like the theme of like the album. Like it just feels like it's just them rapping about nonsense. But let me hear you about it.
Well, like think about Man on the Moon, like the first Man on the Moon.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't the best example.
That was a terrible example.
Yeah,
because I'm sorry to bash your opinion.
No, you're
like
fine.
It was like all about drug addiction for him, and how he went through that. You know, like the pursuit of happiness. You know, it's like I'm fucking gonna get drunk and be happy, or like Mr. Ranger, where it's just also him in an alcoholic state. It's just a lot of his drug abuse through his albums, and I think that's very like a powerful emotion.
I guess what I mean to say is like maybe Lil Wayne, Lil Pump.
I guess those. I don't know about Lil Wayne, because he's a little bit of an older artist, and he has some good songs.
I mean,
he has some. I don't know. I don't like how you compared him to Lil Pump.
Yeah,
he's trash. He's trash.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay. But you were talking about J. Cole as well.
Yeah, I love J. Cole though. I think he's probably one of like my I guess like more favorite artists. Because I feel like so many of his albums are just so good, and like I always like go back to them like in everything, right?
I'm not like that big on J. Cole. I like listen to like 3 of his songs. Yeah, but I mean I like the way he raps. Like I know he definitely like leads into more of a message than the modern day rappers like Young Thug or. Lil Yachty. I don't even listen to this guy, but like from the samples I've heard, it's just, and the features that I heard from them, I'm just not impressed. Right. And I don't like the auto-tune scene. It's just, it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. And there's also like different types of rap too. You got like mumble rap, like hard rap, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely there's like definitely more lyrical. There's more of the lyrical side, but just because a song is not lyrical doesn't mean it's not bad. Mm-hmm. Like Drake, for example, we're going full circle.
Yeah.
He's not very lyrical, but he has incredible instrumentals, and he also has an incredible R&B voice. He's more of an R&B artist than anything.
Yeah.
I don't see him as a rapper anymore.
Yeah. I get that. Also, too, I know like recent controversies and stuff, but Kanye West. Honestly,
let's talk about old Kanye.
Let's talk about Kanye before everything that happened.
I don't want to talk about drama Kanye.
Yeah. I mean, he's always been drama, but like I guess now has just been like the breaking point.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But his albums, man, they're so iconic. Like even if you like aren't an avid listener, his instrumentals. Like his instrumentals are so iconic. You know what I mean?
That's how he like got big. He made beats for Jay-Z. Then he started making his own things. And Graduation, best album. Like the instrumentals on that are incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Champion, favorite song on that album.
Really?
It's just so creative. Like it's just so original.
Yeah.
Compared to like other rappers in 2009.
Right. True. Yeah. And for me, it's like I Wonder, like Homecoming, Everything I Am. Like those songs are so good. And his later albums also did like follow with being like really really good. Like actually, I don't know how I feel about his new albums.
Really?
Yeah. I really like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That was a great like follow up, I guess, to what was his previous album before that?
Graduation.
No, Graduation was like 2000. Really?
2009.
I'm checking this right now
No,
because I don't want to get it wrong.
Graduation came out 2009.
Yeah, but My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy came out like 2016.
What?
I'm pretty sure.
It was 2010.
No way.
Dude, you're tripping, man.
I probably am.
You're tripping. Okay. I'm bipolar. I think
you're
I'm
right.
bipolar, and it's awesome. I really like that.
Oh, The Life of Pablo is 2016. I'm stupid. All right.
You're right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Bro.
Fake fan.
Honestly, I'm like low key, like fake fan for Kanye because I listened to like 2 of his albums.
Yeah.
Like all the way through, and sometimes it's very hard for me to listen to whole albums just by doing nothing. You know what I mean? I need, like what you said, I need to be doing something productive, like playing video games,
cleaning my room,
or drawing.
Yeah.
Like my favorite way to like listen to podcasts or listen to music is just driving.
True.
Just straight up driving. Like that's the best way. And I started buying CDs, and everyone was like, CDs, they're gross. But no. It feels like a more organic way to listen to music because it's so easy to like skip and change the song that you're listening to.
Yeah.
But if you put it on a CD, it's just all there for you. You don't have to press anything. Sure, you can skip it, but it's going to skip to just another song on the album.
Yeah. Right.
And that's why I've been buying more CDs, and it just feels like a more organic way to listen to music.
Yeah. And also too, like if you don't know the artist or like you haven't listened to enough songs on it, getting a whole CD like and listening to the full album is like interesting because it's like it's I guess in like different in a way than listening to it like online, like streamed through like Spotify or Apple Music, because it's like you have like a physical copy and it's like the whole album, and I guess like you introduce yourself more, I guess, to like the whole album. Like it's really good going into like a store and then finding a CD that like you don't know the album, you don't know the artist, but you play the songs and you might end up liking it. And also CDs are cheap. You can get them for like $10. So I feel like that's
$10 though. You can go to like a thrift. You can go to Goodwill, buy it for like $1.
True.
Like,
yeah, it just depends on what
I
you're
saw like
looking
a Rise.
for.
I was at Goodwill and like I saw like a Rise Against CD for like $1, and I'm like, well, fucking, you don't have to go to like a Target to buy CDs.
True that.
So we're gonna talk about like specific artists that we like because we're indie snobs and we think we're better than everyone else, and your music taste sucks. So yeah,
true.
You can go first. I'm just like looking through my shit.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily like indie artists, like not anymore, but
quote unquote.
Yeah. I guess we'll start off with Wallows. I love Wallows. I recently got Reese into it, I guess like a year ago. If for those of you who don't know, they are an indie, quote unquote. They used to be indie, but like now they've like gotten their fame and stuff. They're an indie boy band, and they make a bunch of love songs. But the reason why I like it more than like other artists and like, you know, people that make that kind of music is that their instrumentals and like their whole pop rock like vibe, it's so like attractive to me, I guess. Like it sounds like great, and it's literally been like my number 2 or my number 1 for the past like 2 years.
I want to intervene because like you have introduced me to Wallows.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate their instrumentals.
Yeah.
Incredibly.
They're so they're just so well made. They're very catchy, I will say.
They're very catchy, but like not in a bad way.
Yeah, not at all. Like it's like one of those things where you can listen to it for like years.
Like I still listen to these days, and I'm not sick of it anymore.
And if you haven't listened to that song, shame on you. Go listen to it.
Yeah, I got sick of it though.
Yeah, because
I listen to it all the time.
They're like your number 2, and
Yeah.
they're not my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
Right.
they're fabulous.
They are. And like their progression of their albums, because they started off with Nothing Happens, and that was like their coming of age introductory album where they talked about love at a young age. And the way that the album progressed, it was like telling stories of like specific parts of a relationship, and then the end followed with the lead into the next album. And the next album, me and Reese actually saw in concert.
Okay.
It was Tell Me That It's Over, and I love that.
That concert was crazy.
It was like what, like a handful of guys. It's just
It was like
like most of them were like girls.
Yeah, let me preface by saying
We're
it's like a
like,
white girl
so-
type of shit. This is like white girl type of music, but like it's so
That's
so
the
good.
stereotype, though.
It is.
It's not
Yeah.
it's not white girl music. It's just music, but like that's
Yeah.
what they listen to.
Right.
It's like oh, only like white girls listen to Eminem. It's just not true.
True. Like old white middle-aged moms. But the following album was Tell Me That It's Over, and it was like talking about adult relationships and wondering if they're all will last. And again, that album went wonderfully. Like all the songs hit like the different beats of like going in and out of this person. Is this person worth my time? How long will we last? And do you see a future in this, that, and the other? It's like that kind of thing. And I guess like that's very like attractive to me. It also has like heartbreak songs, like any like, you know, love artist.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, they just became like
And
very attractive to me, I guess.
the one relating to love songs.
Yeah.
The reason why they're like so popular is
Well, for one, they're easy to talk about. Like, it's so easy to make a love song compared to like talking about something else. That's what I'd
wanna
say. That's my opinion. Let me hear
it's
about
like a
yours.
milestone. Like
I guess,
it's
yeah.
like it's easy to talk about, but you can expand upon that.
Right.
Like
Like it's very relatable. Like I think everyone, even with it's like not even a relationship, like friendships, like you've all felt like that sort of emotional like attachment to someone, and I guess like it's very easy to listen to that kind of thing, and you can relate to it a lot. That's like why we have so many love songs, like, you know, pop songs, number 1 hits, and all that stuff. But yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, the reason why that love songs are so powerful is it doesn't matter what culture you're in. It doesn't matter if you're here, if you're in Russia, or if you're anywhere else in the world. Love is just love because it's, you know, it's a human emotion. And
Right.
no matter in what culture, there's always the emotions are the same. That's why it's so easy to talk about, and you
Yeah.
can understand it no matter like where you're from,
Right.
no matter what culture you're born in. And that's why music is so powerful, because it's
Yeah.
emphasized off of emotions. And you know, like, man, I was listening to Good Morning, Don't Come Home Today, which is like a breakup song.
Yeah.
And it's very like kind of like lo-fi, like acoustic kind of song. And not lo-fi, I shouldn't say that. It's more like indie sad girl music. And I remember I was just like standing listening to the lyrics, and like I almost cried, because it was like literally, like it was so powerful. Like it was such a powerful song, because, you know, I'm a very sensitive, emotional person, and you know, I feel like music is the best way to pierce through that.
that sensitivity wall block, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
That's all I gotta say. Well, just relating to love songs,
I guess, yeah.
it's the most common thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Like
easily
relatable. I swear, every single artist talks about love.
Yeah.
There's
There's no way you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way that you can. And like, how many songs are named after a girl?
True. Yeah, even the most hardcore of like music genres doesn't matter. Like metal, punk, whatever, they're gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah, just like how they project it is different, but the message is still the same.
Right. Yeah. So what was your, I guess, number one and number two artists of like all time?
Well, my number one is Eminem.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I don't want to talk about Eminem.
That's fair.
So my number two of all time is Dr. Dog, and if you ever listened to them, shame on you. Listen to them.
Shame.
Shame. So if I had to recommend anyone to Dr. Dog, I would say listen to their Fate album, 100%, because every single song on that album is incredible, and
it's so good.
It all blends together. You know, like when a song ends and then
it transitions into the next one. I love
that.
I love when artists do that. It's such a nice, good.
It needs to happen more often because it makes the album more complete.
Right, and it's like really good to listen to it like over and over again. It doesn't have to happen with every song. Like the instrumentals don't have to lead into the next song every like song, but like it's got to be like beginning end. Like it makes it sound so much better.
Right, it just makes it an album.
Yeah, it brings it all together.
Mission complete. But I would recommend Fate to anybody because every single song on that album is absolutely phenomenal, and they convey a lot of emotion. Well, I think one of my favorite songs on that album was The Rabbit, the Bat, and the Reindeer, which is more like an upbeat song. It's not really like traditional Dr. Dog, which they're like chill indie folk, but it's kind of like the sacrifice of a friend.
It's like fuck you.
It's like a fuck you song. It's like you're shitty. I don't know who you are. Kind of. It's like it's like I don't know who you are. Like you've been like this way to me, and like and they do it in such an upbeat mood that I don't know. It just brings out happiness in me, but also like sadness. And that's what I really like about them. And also their instrumentals are very original. Yeah. Like when you listen to it, it's like a perfect mix of folk, rock, and I was gonna say psychedelic, but that's like not true. Yeah. But yeah, they just feel like a complete band, and some of their instrumentals are absolutely phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
If you like indie folk, indie rock, and you like Bob Dylan, because my friend Christian compared them to Bob Dylan. Yeah. But
shout out to Christian.
Shout out to Christian. I don't know if you're gonna watch this. Probably not. I'll send it to you. Whatever. But yeah. I don't know. I just like them a lot, and I know a lot of people like them, and they know traditionally the one song "Where'd All the Time Go," and I'm like, okay, that song's like okay. I think that's a good song, but if you really want to delve in, just listen to their Fate album from start to finish, because they have incredible songs, especially like "The Breeze," "Rabbit the Bat," "The Reindeer," "Hang On," "Army of Ancients." All of those contain very powerful emotions on different subjects.
They do.
They bring out like happiness, sad, doubt, guilt, a lot of like friendship bond. Like a lot, they have a lot of messages about friendship. Like my friend, again, the Rabbit, Bat, Reindeer, whatever.
Yeah, a lot of clever wordplay too in their songs.
Oh, that's a great point. Good. That's an incredible point.
They like the way they rhyme things and the way that they like bring up topics. It's so like they use a lot of metaphors and similes to get their lyrics across. It's very unique to listen to. I guess
he brings up a really good point, because that's something I didn't even think about is their wordplay. They would I can't even like bring up an example, but.
You just have to listen to them. Listen to them.
Yeah, listen to them. Like, I think Hang On had, like, what you thought was a hurricane, which is the whistling of the wind. Yeah. And, like, that was their whole verse. And I just thought it was absolutely incredible. Yeah. good wordplay.
Yeah,
Just listen to them. Go listen to them. They're good. And you take it off.
And I'll rattle off a couple more of the artists I really like too. I love Joji, and the Wu-Tang Clan. I love Beastie Boys. I love Rage Against the Machine. They're all so good. For me personally, especially Joji. Again, they fall into the like Wallows trap where it's like really, it's sad boy love songs, but it's done in a way I love like so well. Like especially, I wasn't a big fan of Smithereens. I'll say that right off the bat, like their newest album. But there were 3 songs that I really liked. It was Feeling Like the End, Die for You, and Before the Day is Over.
A Glimpse of Us is also on that album,
I guess, but it was like released as like a single beforehand. Same thing with like Yukon Interlude and stuff. Like those are good songs. I don't know.
I am the odd one out because I really liked Smithereens. Because I don't know. That was like the first album to get me into Joji.
Yeah.
Because it's very like study music, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. But I mean, I saw him in concert too with my one friend, and it was a really like fun experience. Like that concert was so like crazy, and it was before Smithereens came out, so they were playing Nectar, they were playing ballads, like all those albums. They were playing In Tongues, and the songs on there are just they're so good. Like I said, like instrumentals really like they bring home like a song. Like it's like I'd say it's like. You can't have a good song without a good instrumental. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait, what would you say? I'm sorry. I was like so zoned into what I was doing.
You can't have like it's like yin and yang sort of thing. You can't have a good song without good lyrics and good instrumentals. And I'm saying like instrumentals for Joji is so good. His lyrics are okay. I'm not too hot on them, but like for his most like popular songs like Slow Dancing in the Dark, again, Die for You, Glimpse of Us, like they're very simple songs, but it's again clever wordplay. Like they all, God, I'm blanking on like the words, like the terminology for it.
Can I like intervene?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like disagree with what you said because you said simple, and I didn't like that word.
Simple yet effective. It's not. It doesn't mean simple as in like basic or bad. I meant simple as in like it's not very complex.
I disagree.
Okay.
Because when I listened to like Slow Dancing in the Dark, he put a lot of like reverbs into that, into the song, like almost like a sound that felt like sparkles and that felt like space, that felt like just like this bass drop, this like echo, and I thought that was extremely complex. And
well, I'm talking like lyrics, not like instrumentals, because I think the instrumentals are beautiful. I love his ones for Smithereens.
I'm just saying that the instrumentals are very complex with Joji.
Yeah.
The lyrics, some songs like "Die for You" was extreme. I think "Die for You" was beautifully written.
It was so good. Like and like the repeated chorus, like it's done so perfectly. Like same thing with "Glimpse of Us" too. And I'm not too hot on the song, but like. The way that like the repeated chorus like happens, it's done so well.
I also think,
and it's very like pleasing to listen to and catchy.
I think yeah right was also beautifully written.
Yeah, like it's very repetitive, but at the same time like it sends like the message across.
Oh yeah, it's like punching you with a face of emotion, and that's what music's all about. It's just conveying emotion or telling a story.
Yeah. And like Ballads 1 was so good. I really want them to make a Ballads 2. It's one where I had Slow Dancing in the Dark and Right On. And then Nectar. I hated Nectar when it came up, but now it's like my favorite album from him.
Actually, like all of that.
Yeah, his like lyrics on like his songs are so like beautifully written. I love the instrumentals for it. Afterthought is probably like my favorite song. Like it's like so good. And like I cannot stop listening to it. Like I'll listen to it like when I'm in the car, whatever, like on a trip or something. Like it's just very pleasing to listen to, I guess. So let's move on to artists that me and Reese both dick ride for. I'm just kidding.
Dick ride. Well, yeah, basically.
Well, ones that we like really enjoy.
Okay.
Well, first of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Obviously, the Kid Cudi shirts. We both saw Kid Cudi in concert. By the way, don't ask for the price of these shirts because it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. this is not even the one I wanted.
It wasn't. We both wanted this like really cool one, but it didn't have the right size
Like,
for us.
it was so funny because she's like, the clerk, whatever, she's selling the merch. She's like, honey, listen, no matter where you go, you ain't gonna find it. I was like, damn, okay.
It's like making you feel bad about it. I was like, I gotta get this now.
Yeah, and I think it was like all like an extra large, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I said, fuck that, I don't
Right.
want that. Cuddy, yeah, we kind of mentioned him earlier, but he does an incredible job. I don't want to be like an asshole, but his songs were better when he was on drugs, 100%.
Yeah.
Like Man to the Moon 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Were incredibly well written, and I think Passion Fight. Wait, what is that? What is that album called?
Passion, Pain, Demon Slaying.
That is so underrated. You guys are
a ve-
sleeping on that.
It's a very underrated album. Like By Design and like Kitchen and stuff. Those are such like good
By
songs.
Design, Kitchen, Baptized in Fire.
Yeah, Baptized in Fire.
I think Willow.
Yeah, Willow.
It's all like very like bedroom kind of bop, like bop rap music.
Yeah.
Kind of bedroom bop.
Right.
And I really appreciate it. Like, it's like it's basically what I said. It's
Yeah.
basically what I said.
Yeah, but I want to talk about the concert real quick because me and Reese saw the one in the Wells Fargo Center in September.
Yeah.
Was that September? Yeah. And we gotta be honest, that concert was kind of mid. It sucks though because like the songs go so hard, but they didn't play a lot of like the hits we were looking for.
I think the main problem was he did both of our favorite songs, which was the Steve Aoki "Pursuit of Happiness" remix. It's like that song's
Right
like,
at the end, which is what I was expecting. That's what we were expecting.
He did play it, and me and him were like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah.
But then he had like 3 like extremely slow songs. I didn't even remember what the songs were.
Yeah.
I was like, "Really, dude? Like, I don't want to listen to this and like get out of the concert. You gotta like hype us up, then leave." And I was like, "Oh fuck, okay." But like, I think it was just the order of the songs. He could have also played a lot more upbeat songs. He played a lot of slow songs.
He did.
And I was just like, eh.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm
For
not
some reason-
there for the slow songs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
For some reason, he didn't play Day and Night either, which is like one of his more popular songs.
He did play Mr. Ranger.
He did. But
Maybe he knows it sucks.
damn.
Maybe he knows it's trash.
That song
I'm
is-
sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. That song
it's
is
not one
that
of his
great.
best, but it's just very iconic.
It's just
Day
like
and Night.
it's just not that good. I'm sorry.
And yeah,
I mean, I thought his new album was pretty good.
His
well,
new
not the movie because I wasn't the movie track.
yeah.
I didn't watch that. I'm talking about
Intergalactic.
What is it called? Man in the Moon 3. That was a really good album.
It was. Also, I love his album covers for all 3 of his Man on the Moons. They're so good.
That's another thing. I wanted to talk about album covers.
Yeah, we'll get into that later, but like
Because-
it's so good.
When you look at a song on Spotify, the first thing that you are going to see is the title and the album cover.
Yeah.
And if you see like a bomb ass album cover, you're like, fuck, I need to listen to that. That's like the first thing that draws my eye to that song.
Yeah.
Like no matter what.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of them have like such like intricate details and like meanings behind it.
And some of them are absolute garbage.
True. Like do we have any examples of them?
What's that new Drake album called?
Rich Flex? Dude, what is that girl in the front? Like so bad. I don't get it.
It's so stupid.
Honestly, I'm gonna say Wallace is kind of guilty of having lazy like album covers. I didn't like Nothing Happens album cover. I didn't like a lot of like their singles beforehand. Like I just no, they're not good. But a lot of them are really powerful, and I guess we'll get into that later. But we'll keep talking about Kid Cudi.
I really like Dr. Dog albums.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Well, do we want to keep
some
talking
of
about
them.
Dr. Dog?
Well, I'm
Or-
just talking about the album covers.
Okay, yeah.
I
we'll keep talking about that.
I liked the Fate album. I liked the Shame album. Just art, like, you know, just the art in front of you. And look these up because they're bomb. I liked Critical Equation. Those are all like, you know, they're just like really cool art. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say.
Yeah. But again, like I was saying, like a lot of them have meanings behind the art, and it's really cool to hear artists talk about the reason why they have like the album cover as they do. Maybe it'll be like some artwork that they made, and maybe it's like that. It's just like like a headshot of them that they really liked, or just like some sort of meaning that happens within the album.
Can I intervene?
Yeah.
I think one of the best examples that I can pull out of my ass is Plastic Beach, because they talk a lot about pollution in that album.
Yeah.
And it's just what you see is a plastic beach, and
right.
What's pollution? Plastic.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And the album's named Plastic Beach, and the songs are all about pollution.
Well, yeah, some of them.
So yeah, but I mean, it, like I said, it has like a theme.
I want to talk about Gorillaz.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get into Gorillaz. So going on to our next artist that we're both really hot on, it's Gorillaz. God, we fucking love Gorillaz, dude. It's such a good artist, man.
Definitely one of the more unique
Yeah.
They're just all over the place. They don't have a specific genre.
They're an everything artist, but at the same time, they're so unique in that regard.
Right.
Because, everything artists are like Kanye, Drake, something like that. But with Gorillaz, it's so much more different, I guess.
And when I talk to people, they're like, "Oh, I listened to that one song by them." Feel Good Inc.
I listen to
Feel Good Inc. Feel
guys.
Good and Incorporated. I'm like,
I mean, to be fair, it is a good song, but
I think they have better songs.
they definitely do.
I want to. I'm hating that everyone is dissing the Now, because that album was incredible, and I was listening to
underrated.
I was listening to the Anthony Fantano, who's like, "Oh, C tier." It's like a 5 out of 10. I'm like, dude, you are high right now. This album was incredibly good.
We'll put Humans in S tier.
He put Humans in D tier.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
He said, "Oh, this album's all over the place. Shit sucks. I'm gonna put it in D tier." I'm like, what? No, that album's incredible.
Right.
Yeah. So, man, just the Now's instrumentals alone.
Yeah, it's
fantastic. You're gonna steal my thunder. We're absolutely fantastic.
You can tell he's passionate about this one.
I am passionate about it. It's a very short album. It's only 10 songs, 40 minutes, start from the finish. It's so unorthodox.
Not a lot of features on the album too. Gorillaz has a lot of features, but especially the Now, it does not have a lot of features.
It has 3.
Yeah, it's a lot different too in the regard, because I know Gorillaz, they have a lot of different tones and moods for each album. But the Now was their slow album. You know what I mean? The instrumentals were very slow, but they were done so beautifully. They're very dreamy, I guess, is a good way to describe it.
Dream pop.
Yeah, definitely. Like Sukai and what's the other one? 1%. Humility. Sorcerer. There's a couple more.
There was Hollywood, but I don't think that's a lo-fi song.
Yeah.
It was crazy. That song was crazy.
Well, it was the one that had the most features. I had Snoop Dogg and stuff on it.
It had Snoop Dogg, and I forget who the other guy was. I think it was Jamie something.
Yeah,
but
it was your classic Gorillaz song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever. But it had that really high beat. Then it just shrunk to that low beat. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, but shit's crazy. I just don't understand why that doesn't have more listeners to it.
True. Yeah, because the main ones are Demon Days, and then it's Plastic Beach, it's Humans, it's I guess it covers it all. It's the original Gorillaz.
No one talks about Humans.
That's true. Because let me hear you.
I know you are bro, this shit sucks.
No, I don't think it sucks. It's just
bro, trust me.
I just think it's not the.
You're gonna come back to it and be like, "Holy crap, this is incredible."
Yeah.
But to be honest, I only 3 songs from the Humans album, and they're obviously the most popular songs.
Yeah.
Because the problem with Humans is a lot of their hits are very repetitive.
Right.
And again, what Anthony Fantano said, it was all over the place. But I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
An album should be more put together, but since Gorilla has a reputation of being this way, I just don't think it really matters.
Right.
And that one song, Saturn Bars, with Pacan, he went absolutely crazy on that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. It was so good.
I mean, I don't even know what... He was, speaking some foreign language.
Yeah. I really like Andromeda too. I think that's like one of my other ones.
It's definitely more upbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely more like just like upbeat Gorillaz, and it's more on the hip hop side of their albums, and that's why it's so much more different than anything else.
Yeah.
But again, all the Gorillaz albums are drastically different.
Yeah, and also another very interesting thing. Oh my god, I can't talk. Another very interesting thing too is the characters, because it's not just like a band in the background. It's not just like an artist in the background. It's like actual characters that they
Their
made
lore
up.
is so stupid.
It is really stupid. The lore.
It's so stupid. It's like, oh, Murdoch has to take care of Tootie. Oh, Tootie lost both of his eyes. You're in my band now. I'm like, what?
No, but it's funny though, because like it's even then it still gives character, because like what other artists are like doing that? Like what are the like top artists I guess now are doing
they were the birth of electronic music.
True, they were.
Russell swims in the ocean, absorbs all the pollution, and becomes a giant.
Yeah.
So stupid,
Bro. Fire coming out of the monkey's head though. That song is
stupid.
It's so funny.
It's so stupid, dog.
It's not even like a song, because they're just like talking.
What do you think about like new Gorillaz?
New Gorillaz?
Yeah, like their new songs that came out with like Thundercat and Tame Impala.
They have a lot of misses. That's what I'll say.
Really?
I have a lot of misses. I
think
really liked New Gold. I really liked what's the other one?
Cracker Island.
No, not that one. What's the
Skinny Ape?
No. Those are the bad ones. What the fuck is the name of it?
I'll look it up for you. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Here they are.
What is it? It's
Cracker Island, right?
Oh, it is. It is
You're
Cracker
an
Island.
idiot.
I
You're
couldn't
a
fucking think of the
fucking
names.
idiot.
There's too many songs to remember, man. But yeah, those ones I really like New Gold and all that. But the other ones I'm not too hot on.
Low key was not a fan of Song Machine.
That's a bold take. That's a bold take.
You agreed with me.
I did agree with you, but I'm just saying like that's a bold take. Like
A lot of people like this album. I was just like,
It's like alright.
It doesn't have like that banger hit that I want. It's like, that's a good song, but I don't think I'll listen to it every single day.
Yeah.
But I want that because that's how I fall in love with music.
True.
In the first place. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say. I just wasn't a fan of it. But
That's true.
I want to hear your favorite song by them, just all time.
This has been my number one song for 2 years actually, about however many years ago, like 5 years ago. It's been Sukai. I cannot tell you how much like I've listened to that song. It's such like the progression of it is done so well, and it's so addicting to listen to. The lyrics it has a very few lyrics, but like the lyrics that are there are so good. It goes through, and like the transitions between like how it starts with like the pops and like the little twinkles and stuff, and then it like goes to like a bass, and then it just like increases like as like the song goes on, and like they introduce more instruments as it goes. It's like really like good to listen to. It's so nice to listen to. I guess we could talk about like our top songs now, but before that happens, let's take a little break. Saturate that photo. Nice. No, not that saturated. Okay, that's good. Vibrance. Nice and vibrant. Nice. Warmth. We'll take that. Okay.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Fuck you. Yeah. All right, we're back. Hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, I enjoyed this so much. Okay. So you were talking about Sukai.
Yes. And that's like one of my favorite songs.
Incredible.
So good. What about you? Like, what about?
I want to actually comment on Sukai. Sorry, this is just busting right now. So, I really appreciate like even the lack of lyrics. They could expand on such a powerful song with like such meaning, because it's kind of like I'm leaving you kind of message, and I'm calling you back.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like almost like a goodbye love song, and I thought it was so cool because you could like picture it in multiple ways. It could be like to a loved one, it could be to like your parents, your family, whoever, like just like someone you love and you're leaving. And I thought that was so interesting of them to put in, because with the lack of lyrics, the more powerful the picture of the story became. And I thought that was really cool.
It was.
My favorite, Dirty Harry.
You really like Dirty Harry?
I think the lyrics is definitely a lot more hip hop, and the message is definitely why I like it a lot, because it's anti-war message. And Dirty Harry is, you know, one of the characters that Clint Eastwood plays, and you know, he's like I don't know if he's like a soldier or something, but it's whatever. It's something related to war, and then basically the whole message is like, you know, all these poor people go to war and they die.
True.
And they fight for the country because, you know, whatever. And they don't, like, want to do that anymore. And I don't know. I just really appreciate the instrumentals. Very, like, more upbeat, kind of groovy.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel it's such a car, like, ride song.
It is. Like, I think you could, like, classify it with, like, a lot of artists and a lot of, like, songs and stuff. But, yeah. And
Listen to it now.
You need to listen to it. You really do.
Fuck you.
Go click off. A little aggressive.
No.
But I guess like going into like my favorite songs of like all time too. Do Not Wait by Wallows. I love that song. That song is so good. And again, going back to what we were talking about before with songs transitioning to each other, it's the culmination of a song, like it's the last song on the album. It's a culmination of the song before it and the song on the first song on the album. And it summarizes the entirety of, again, like I said before, with like love songs. It summarized the coming of age like story, and the instrumentals for it were beautiful. It, again, like it did with Sukai, I guess I just love like when instrumentals like build in a song.
It creates the mood.
It does. It makes it very like fun to listen to. It starts off with almost nothing. It's like almost dead silence, like just him singing, Dylan, the main singer, and then it progresses and it becomes like a longer beat, and then it becomes drums, and then it becomes a guitar, and it just keeps going. It keeps building, and it's so interesting. It's so fun to listen to. Like I like can't get over it. You know what I mean?
No, because I don't listen to Wallows. I don't listen to that song.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't listen to that song. I listen
Well, like
to
I'm
it,
talking about like its songs in general. Like you like how
sure,
it, like,
yeah,
transitions.
absolutely. The transitions are everything.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I hate fucking monotone songs so much.
Yeah.
That are just like, you know, one beat, one key. You know, I really actually don't know too many songs like that, and if they are like that, it's usually very short.
Yeah.
Like this is a terrible example, like Gucci Gang.
That is a horrible example.
No, I mean like they have like that same like
That just it's just a bad song.
it has
but
a,
yeah.
well yeah, it has the same key.
Yeah.
That same, even like besides the point, that's just one of the fundamentals why it sucks.
Do you know about the one X song that's just the one piano note?
You told me about that.
Yeah, baby, I don't understand. It's literally just one piano note the whole song. It's so bad.
So you're talking about Wallows
Yeah. So like, what are some of your like your favorite songs?
by who, or just
It
like, in
doesn't
general?
matter. Just in general.
Okay.
Like it doesn't have to be about artists. It just happened to be that mine was like.
You are
Wallows.
sleeping on this artist, and normally I don't like hip hop.
Yeah.
New hip hop. I should rephrase that. But No Name is an incredible artist, hands down. She's probably one of the more lyrical, very soul R&B type singers, and I showed you to her a couple of times. She's like my alarm when I wake up.
Yeah.
And she has one song called Reality Check, and
It is a good song. I really like that.
very
one.
good song, very chill vibes. If you like very like chill rapping vibes, she's like way to go, 100%.
Yeah.
And she has one song called Shadow Man, and you know she kind of like raps about like her demise, her death,
Yeah.
and how like all these rappers are coming together and like calling into the eulogy. It was very, I don't know, she knows how to like reel you into a song.
Yeah.
And she has Shadow Man, Reality Check, and Reality Check is kind of like related to racism and Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And like what that symbolizes for her. That's like basically the like 2 songs I listen to by her. Like the 2 songs that I'm very like captivated in because the instrumentals are incredible because
it's so
they
good.
like Shadow Man leads in, kind of like they all harmonize and then you kind of hear the bass drop and then the very groovy vibe. It's kind of like with Reality Check too, like same thing.
Yeah, and they're also another artist that has very interesting and like unique instrumentals. Like you haven't heard them before. You know what I mean?
It's very unorthodox, like we talked about.
Yeah,
like you can I feel like people could use those beats, but not many of them do because it's not like the typical 808s.
Yeah,
it's definitely very different. Like it's like a mix of soul, and that's what like these artists like Gorillaz and Dr. Dog and No Name are. They a combination of these different genres.
Yeah,
and a lot of them fail, but in these cases they succeed. And I just feel like people are sleeping on her because she has like I think 900,000 monthly listeners, and like compared to like shitty artists, I feel like she definitely needs a little more appreciation. But to be fair, she hasn't released anything very new. I think like last song was like 2021, and I want her. I'm like praying for her to like release a new album because I'm gonna be on that shit. Well, yeah, true. Other songs, I love Kids See Ghost. That's like related to Cuddy.
It is, and Kanye, but it's an album, I guess.
I feel like but they have their own vibe.
Right. Yeah.
They have like their own vibe, kind of more related to like the lo-fi, no name ish kind of category.
Yeah. Because all their songs have different, like wildly different instrumentals. I
definitely feel like they're more R&B.
Yeah, definitely. Reborn is 100% the best song on the album, no doubt about that. Maybe. What else do you say?
I was gonna say Feel the Love.
Feel the Love is also up there. I really like Fire.
Listen to it.
Yeah, you have to listen to that. Fire's pretty good.
I feel like Fire's underrated.
It is underrated.
It's like I think it has like 3 million clicks.
Which I mean, it's nothing to scoff at. But
no,
whatever.
Definitely nothing to scoff at. But just compared to their other songs, it's just, I don't know. I'm like looking at my top songs.
I know. I was like,
actually, I want to see your top songs of 2022. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my top song of 2022 was. I'm like embarrassed to like say it.
Oh yeah, mine is so embarrassing, but we're gonna do it anyway because it's funny.
It's funny. Mine was The Adventures of Moonman and Slim Shady. And they kind of like, very unorthodox, kind of like upbeat-ish, I guess, upbeat-ish, kind of like rapping with Kid Cudi and Eminem. And I honestly, I don't know what the cuss like Kid Cudi is talking about on that like track. Like, I just don't think his like part was very good. He's like, oh, my ball is hanging low, or something like stupid like that.
Where do I find it?
Oh, just like search it up.
Oh, okay.
But like Eminem's verse on that, he talked about one of the things I really appreciated about is that he had like COVID bars, and he had talked about George Floyd. You're like scoffing at the fact.
No, that's I'm laughing at.
But what was I talking about? Yeah, he like brings a lot of like social topics into that, and stuff that you don't really like listen to, like I don't want to listen to like a song about COVID-19 or a song about police brutality. But he does it so well. I'm sorry, he does it incredibly well.
I mean, my top songs this year were all by Wallows and Joji, so I feel like it's nothing really new. I want to talk about other songs too that I really, really like. I guess like some of my top songs are, let's see right here. I love Passion Fruit. Both of us love Passion Fruit.
It's my top 3. Bro, even though like Drake sucks.
Yeah, Drake does suck. He has like a couple bangers though.
Like Passion Fruit, it's a mood.
It is.
I feel like we shouldn't be talking about that because like everybody cussing listens to that song.
Yeah, true.
Jeez, unpopular opinion. He's gonna argue, but I'm like a sucker for AJR.
AJR sucks. Sorry.
Thank you.
Continue.
Fuck you.
Talk.
Anyway, I think they have very creative beats. Definitely a lot of music theory into them, like Neo Theater's birthday song. I think it's called the birthday song. Very music theory, and you're like, you listen to it, and you're kind of like, well, what the hell am I listening to? And then it kind of transitions into something very powerful. I don't know. Definitely not a group that you would listen to for like symbolism or even like. I want to say they have emotion because they definitely do. They have very happy emotions, and that's what they want to bring out in you.
Yeah.
Of course, that's their purpose, but not very deep in any other regard. Mm-hmm. And they're not very lyrically intelligent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say though, I'm a huge fan of like a lot of female artists. Like I love Lady Gaga. I love ABBA. I guess ABBA's not really like a female artist.
It's a group.
It's a group. I love Doja Cat. I'm like not that ashamed to admit it.
I think you were a little ashamed.
I was a little ashamed.
Why?
I don't know.
You're like, oh, she talks about I'm a cow. That song sucks.
I mean, that song does suck, but like I really
No,
like some
dude,
of
that
her other
song's so
ones.
good. That's like she's so funny on that track. I'm sorry.
I really like Clairo. She's like another like indie artist that's like close to Wallows.
Oh,
and, like,
she
that
is
tone.
so talented.
She is very talented. She has a really good voice too. And what are some other ones too? There are a couple.
I want to talk about more like sad indie girl / indie boy, kind of like your dreaming playlist.
True.
I want to talk about more stuff like that, kind of like the indie side, because I feel like that's what we are.
True. Yeah,
wanna,
that's
like,
like
pop
our
that
vibe.
up.
This is our very, very biased music opinions.
Oh yeah, very biased, but like we're indie boys, so like our opinion is better than yours. I'm just playing on y'all. Okay, TV girl.
TV. Oh yeah, TV Girl is like like recently got into her because I didn't
Me
really
too.
listen to her at all like a year ago.
I
and,
feel like we both got into her
around the
after,
same
like,
time.
seeing-
It's kind of funny.
I thought it was a guy.
What?
Isn't it?
It's a guy. But the artist is TV Girl, and all the songs are basically about like females. It's like a very interesting spin, I guess, on love songs because it's basically what it talks about is like how females feel in a lot of situations.
Right.
But it's per perspective of a guy. It's weird.
Well, it's like the guy is like flamboyant.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to be like prejudiced, but like that's how it's portrayed.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the songs can vary from psychedelic feeling, very like moody feeling, to upbeat. Like one of my favorite songs is "Birds Don't Sing."
Yeah.
The song is weirdly incredible.
Uh-huh. Yeah, same thing with Lovers Rock. I really like The Blonde. That's a very good song. I'm a big fan of the album covers. They're very simplistic, and it's old.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
like
It's like eye candy.
it is very eye candy. It's like either one or two colors. They have a lot of like baby blues, pinks, yellows, blacks. It's so very simplistic, but it looks beautiful. And a lot of the songs are very like, they're very upbeat. They're very indie. They're very, I guess, like what's another word to describe it?
Yeah, I think that's the best word to describe
Yeah.
it. Very like indie.
Yeah.
Like indie like sad girl rock.
I mean, too, like its discredit, it does fall into like that sort of like mumbly indie.
I don't think so.
In a lot of,
I think that's Duster. You know,
Yeah.
what? Duster's like, that's like the thing I really like. I really like and hate like the mumble-ish in indie songs, like the kind of like the very like soft soft spoken words that you can't really even pick up. Because I think it's very like clever, but I want to also listen to what they're saying because I want to know the story or the purpose of the song, not
True.
just the instrumental. But
yeah, and that sucks. Like it's can be hard to.
If they're going to be singing in a song, I want to listen to what they're talking about, and that's like the whole issue. I want to talk about Lamp, and I know you don't listen to Lamp.
I don't.
But I listen to Lamp, and I'll talk about that real quick. also kind of like TV Girl. It's very indie chill, kind of scary. They're like, it's almost a mysterious vibe that you get from them. Very like dark, moody, and it just feels like the unknown. And they're a Korean group, and they have very acoustic low mood, kind of like Triathlon. Kind of like Triathlon's Hawaiian Boy. And I don't know if you listen to that song, but I love that song. It just brings me to Hawaii. But anyways, Lamp. If you haven't listened to Lamp, listen to them. Very good. And they're a Korean group. And if you don't like listening to songs in different languages, just start listening to songs in different languages.
Yeah, fuck you. Listen to them.
I think they're really good.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to stray away a little bit from the indie and like just talk about, I guess, just female artists a lot in general.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Billie Eilish. I used to hate Billie Eilish. I hated her guts. Like back when
I still don't like her.
Yeah, I know, but like I remember hearing Bad Guy the first time. I was like, this shit sucks. Like, who would listen to this? And then I listened to that album. I'm blanking on the name. And I was like, this is like fine and whatever. My girlfriend at the time was super into it. I'm like, this is not for me. And then Happier Than Ever released, and I fucking love that album. It's so good. And it's very similar to Joji in the fact that it's like sad girl music instead of, sad boy. Because it's a girl talking about like her relationships. And in that regard, it's fine or whatever. Billie Eilish is also just a bad person. I don't know. Have you seen like the interviews and stuff with her?
She's so full of shit. She thinks she's like the stuff.
Oh, she does. Like,
she's hot shit.
Yeah, like the fame definitely got to her. It's like that kind of thing.
I want to shout out my friend Mary because she introduced me to Japanese breakfast. And I don't know how many guys listen to Japanese breakfast, but they're angsty and they're moody. And if you like that, like angsty, moody feel, whatever. A lot of like romance songs. It's also a female singers, and if you appreciate that, I'll go listen to them. I'm kind of new to them as well, so I don't know, but I'm just starting to listen to the Japanese breakfast, and very moody, very powerful songs. I think their portray is like you have to like drive on like a late night. Like it's definitely late night music, and that's what I like about them.
Yeah.
I'm just starting to get into them, so listen to them. Their song Boyish, incredible. They're so good. They're so good. I also wanted to talk about something else, but I totally I'm blanking on it right now. Also, I'm gonna put my playlist in the description because I just want the guys to see like what music I listen to. Also, don't be afraid to like put music in the comments because I love listening.
We're always open to new music.
I love listening to what people listen to because it's music is a reflection of who you are, what you like, what you're made of. It's definitely it's more than a hobby. It's a way of life.
Yeah.
And if you don't listen to music, just start listening. Listening to music. I'm sorry.
Like not everything you hear on like the radio and stuff is like the surface level music. Like just dive deep.
Like literally I'll just like go on Spotify and just look through crap.
And Spotify has like, tons and tons of playlists you could look at that new stuff.
And they target like what you like.
Yeah, and they have this thing called Discover Weekly, which is so cool.
Actually, I hate my Discover Weekly.
So
it's like they have is like Tyler.
Okay. So in case anyone doesn't know, your Discover Weekly is Spotify's playlist that they make, and it's for artists that you either rarely listen to or have only listened to once or you've never heard before. That is in like the main genres that you listen to. So it's really cool to discover like new music and stuff. But yeah, I personally have found like a lot of songs that I like from my Discover Weekly. Actually, that's how I found Gravity. I found Gravity from my Discover Weekly.
That sucks. Dude, I like loved Gravity. Now I like hate it. I'm sorry. Like I can't listen to that song. It's like it's definitely like a song that will like attach your attention.
Yeah, it gets old really quick.
It gets old very fast. But that's just me.
Yeah.
You might like it forever, or you might not like it at all. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But send your music, please.
But yeah, to go back to the the thing about Discover Weekly, it updates every day. So every day you will get a new like playlist essentially of artists and stuff, and it's like really really cool.
It's really cool, guys.
Shut up.
I have to like tease you a little bit.
And yeah, and there's also just a lot of other playlists that Spotify makes that can help you discover new music and stuff like that. We're just sounding like an advertisement for Spotify.
I don't even want to do that because like sometimes.
I mean, if you want to sponsor us, Spotify, that'd be great.
My problem with Spotify is that there's a lot of artists that I want to listen to that are not on there.
Yeah.
Like, not because of Spotify's fault. Well, in quotation marks. Because, like, example, Neil Young.
That hurt.
You can't listen to any of his music because he removed it from Spotify because you can put anything on Spotify. Mm-hmm. And his whole argument was like, well, they're putting fake news onto Spotify, so I'm not going to put my music in there. And I think that's a very poor excuse because no matter where you go, there's fake news.
Exactly.
Like, I just thought that was like BS, but what do I have to say, you know?
Right. I don't know. It's dumb. There's also just like a lot of controversy, I guess, with like artists and stuff like that. Like obviously with Kanye that we just talked about. For those of you who are living under a rock right now, he is currently missing. At the time of this recording, yeah,
he's gone.
He's currently missing at the time of this recording. There have been like 2 sightings of him, but he basically like went in the dark after the Alex Jones podcast or whatever. After he was like, yeah, Hitler had some good ideas.
Oh my god.
Which is horrible. And obviously me and Reese both don't condone that kind of stuff.
It's getting loud as fuck.
It is getting really loud.
Okay, I want to talk about one more band. But you want to keep going with the Kanye thing?
Yeah, well, I was going to keep talking about
keep going.
Artists.
I just have like a metal band.
Yeah.
Quote unquote metal angst band that I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
You keep going.
Mm-hmm. But there's like a lot more artists and stuff that have like had a lot of controversy. Is there any ones that like come to your mind, I guess, like stick out specifically?
Not really bands.
Like just like artists, I guess.
Mostly like the artists that like pop into my head because they're on the spotlight. I haven't really delved into like groups or bands that have done anything that's like, you know, controversy. Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's a really funny fact that I found out about like a year ago. Steely Dan, for every album they've made, they've changed their percussion in the background. Like all of the members have been completely changed. So like the instrumentation you hear from like each one of their albums has been completely changed from the last one. Like for some reason, because their whole logic is that they don't like the current like percussion band that they have, so they just immediately change that. Every album.
I think you did tell me that once.
I did tell you about it, yeah, because I thought it was so fucking weird.
Yeah, some people are crazy.
Yeah.
Last band that I want to talk about, Cursive, and they have one of their albums. Let me look it up. The Ugly Organ. That album is crazy. My cousin Joey, who plays in a band called Russie. If you haven't listened to the Russie, it's very like low, kind of psychedelic, kind of lo-fi music. And if you like that, listen to them.
Yeah, we'll link it in the description.
Their album Fussy just came out, and I listened to it, and it's pretty good. Definitely like late night driving kind of music. But I want to talk about the Ugly Organ. Album's crazy. How they convey their stories is very powerful. They have one song called The Recluse, which is kind of like this guy who's stuck in this bedroom who can't leave because it's almost like emotionally draining for him to leave, and he's woken up into a bedroom of a woman he has not known. He has like no recognition of, and it kind of gets you thinking like, oh, what happened previous, like, you know, because he's woken up and to a woman's room he barely knows, awake alone, and I'm like, well, is he like there for like to pleasure himself, or is he there because like he barely knows the person and he feels desperate? It's kind of opens your head, and that's what I really appreciate about it.
Right.
And what the band also talks about is they're kind of like not spitting in the face, but kind of like yelling in the face of their audience. In one of their songs, it's what is it? I'm gonna have to look it up because I know I'm gonna forget it. Some red-handed sleight of hand. They talk about how they like sing about how their audience wants them to talk about their tragedies. Like they blatantly put that in their face. Like, you want me to talk about my failures and what I've gone through, my depression and whatnot, because you find that entertaining. And I thought that was such like a reality check.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag no name. Like, they're crazy. And they also have a song called a Fairy Tale Drifting Wood, which is literally all about Pinocchio. Literally all about
so
Pinocchio.
funny.
It's so funny, but so interesting because when you think about Pinocchio, it's lighthearted, but not in this case. It's just it's very, very darker music, and it just shows the power of how music can change a mood, even if the story's about a fairy tale.
Yeah.
That's just one band I would want to talk about. Listen to them. Their album's very short. It's 40 minutes. Just like drive to like the Planet Fitness or something. And listen to it.
Listen to while you're working
you pumped up. I'll tell you that.
That's awesome.
Incredible. Fascinating.
There were a couple more artists I want to cover before we go on to our next topic. Let me see right here. Childish Gambino and Post Malone. They are they're very interesting. They're both very popular, and they're also weirdly like everything artists.
I think Childish Gambino is definitely more down to earth.
Yeah.
I think he's genuinely like a good person. And I really like his music. I'm not really super into Childish Gambino, but I do have respect for his music. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like Redbone, This Is America, 3005. 3005 is a banger.
Oh, it's
dog.
so good.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Especially Telegraph Avenue. I love Telegraph Avenue. Such a good
Sweatpants
song.
4.
Yeah, Sweatpants 4. So it's good. There's a lot more. And I know I brought up Post Malone too because he is, again, like I said, he's almost an everything artist. He is also a very down-to-earth guy. If you've seen him like anywhere, like online, he in like interviews or whatever, he is like the most down-to-earth chill guy. He's like the kind of guy that you would meet and like immediately become friends with.
And like even like places you think you like don't think that he would ever interlude in those pools,
right.
he has. Like,
Yeah.
like he's like played Magic the Gathering with a bunch of fucking nerds, bro. And he's like, this is like my favorite game, and I'm like, this is wild that Post Malone's like playing Magic.
He doesn't give a fuck. He's also like, when the zombie apocalypse ever happens, I'm gonna bunker up, and then we're gonna have like a Republic of the United States, like some crazy shit. And he's so like interesting to listen to and like talk to. I'm assuming, like he's just such a cool guy, and also he makes pretty good music as well. He originally was a part of like the Minecraft YouTubers. Did you know that?
No, I know Hank Schrader was.
But
You get a little sussy on Fortnite.
No, but Post Malone was a part of Team Crafted for a little bit. There were like videos of him in the past of like him being with Beijing Canadian and like Jerome SF, and I was like, holy shit. Like I saw like videos and stuff, and it's like, oh look, there's Austin in the back, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's really cool. He's just such a cool, down to earth guy. And like I really appreciate like his music and stuff. It's like he does like rap, he does R&B, he does pop, he again, like I said, he's like an everything artist. But again, it's super cool, super awesome to like listen to. Yeah, I don't know. Is there any other artists you want to talk about?
Just one more. I'm not gonna like go super deep into this artist. Ben Howard. He's a modern day Nick Drake, and he does a lot of like indie folk kind of music, very like acoustic, and then he has some very powerful upbeat songs, songs that you would play, with somebody else. Mm-hmm. And he has Keep Your Head Up, The Wolves, Old Pine, Promise. And the album covers, Every Kingdom is super beautiful if you just look it up right now. If you like indie folk, indie rock even, I would recommend him. That's it. Just very powerful music. He also conveys a lot of emotion, obviously.
Right.
That's all I gotta say. I think I'm done.
All right, that's cool. We're running low on time right now, but we're going to talk about concerts. So both of us have been our fair share of concerts. And
What's your first?
Ooh, my first concert was a Bruce Springsteen concert. I was 13 at the time, and I could not tell you anything about what happened. That could be an entire episode in itself about what happened that night, because it was crazy. We had a limo. There was a whole room that we had to listen to him. It was in the Wells Fargo Center, and it was snowing that day. It was fucking crazy. What about you? What was your first concert?
My first concert was Weird Al Yankovic, the fucking 80s master of parodies. And he sang A Saga Begins, a parody of American Pie. He sang I'm White and Nerdy. Dude, I was a weird kid when I was 14. I was 14, and I looked like a baby back then.
I don't think anyone's proud of their music taste, I guess, at that time.
I mean, I think Weird Al is so funny, but I would never listen to him again.
Yeah.
Amish Paradise. Okay, that song is still kind of funny to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I
turned butter once or twice. I lived in an Amish paradise.
It's so dumb.
It's so funny.
And then I went to a Jimmy Buffett concert, I think 2 years later. And then after that, I did not go to concert for about I guess whatever it was, 4 years, especially because COVID happened and a lot of concerts that I was going to see got canceled. Especially Lady Gaga. I was supposed to see Lady Gaga. I know I got really upset. I was supposed to see Chromatica Ball, which eventually did happen, but my cousins saw it. Good for them. I didn't get my tickets. Whatever. And then
I don't like how concerts are so expensive now.
Right.
We were going to go see Post Malone until the tickets were pushing above $100 each.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
They extremely upcharge their prices, and that really sucks. And the best concerts that I've ever been to have been the ones where I've been closest to the stage and the ones where I've, you vibe with the crowd a lot more. Because, I will say, I didn't go to a lot of concerts until last year, and 2021 as well. But one of the most memorable concerts I went to was a Destructo Disc concert. If you don't know, they're a punk rock band. And they were playing out in this a fucking cafe in Philly. It was sick. And they had two openers. They had Naked Lake, and they had, what's the other one? Swerves. And they were great openers and all that. And the main drive was Destructo Disc. And it was really funny because they were dressed up as, characters because it was Halloween and stuff. So the lead singer was the main guy in Blue's Clues, Steve. And every single time he'd sing a song, he'd finish and he'd go, "Hey, yo, there's a fucking clue over there." And the crowd would be like, "Yo, there's a clue." Just matching the energy of the crowd. That's some of the best concerts that I've been to. The ones where I've been so close to the stage, you get to see, and then the artist or whatever the band is, they get the crowd hype and stuff. You know what I mean? Have you ever had an experience like that with a concert?
Kinda. Mostly cover bands.
Yeah.
With my mom. We'll go to see a Grateful Dead cover band, and we'll be there. But I'm an old soul because I I hanged around with my parents a lot when I was related to concerts, and the majority of concerts that I went to. Well, that I the music that I enjoyed were big performance ones, in the Fillmore or Wells Fargo or the Met, and majority of the time I had pretty good experience, except for that. It's fine.
Yeah. I already mentioned before, I went to Joji. We both saw Walls in concert. That was really cool. And it matched the the energy of the crowd. The tickets were like $50, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
Around that
pretty
price.
good pricing.
Yeah, and it was all pit seating. Well, it wasn't seating at all, but it was like everyone was in the pit. So the earlier you got, like the closer you were to seeing like the front stage, which is awesome, by the way.
And we're gonna go see a concert tomorrow. Shout out to Julian and Russie.
Yeah, we'll have them down in the description below.
Listen to them if you like indie folk, kind of like sad girl music. That's like
Right.
their vibe. If you don't, that's okay.
Yeah.
But just try them out. If you like them, awesome. If you don't, that's still awesome.
And yeah, going back to the topic, we saw Wallows in concert. That was cool. I got 2 T-shirts, which
You're just
again,
bragging, bro. I'm sorry. I just want to be real. I was like, yeah, I went to this concert. You didn't. Ha ha, loser.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah.
Both of us went there. And that concert was really cool. They had Spill Tab as the opener.
Oh, they were cool. They were really cool.
Yeah, and she is a very like good artist. And yeah, then they played for us. They played all of like the songs on both Nothing Happens and Tell Me That's Over. It was really cool. And then they got recommendations at the end for songs to play. You know what I mean?
I went to go see Peach Pit with a friend of mine. #married. And that that concert was so much fun. Like it was so much. We like just met these random people in the crowd, and we're like, "You're my friend now," and we just had a great time. Like we were like an older crowd. I would have to say more like 25-ish compared to us, but you know. It was like everyone was just standing still, and we were all just like dancing, like the 4 of us, and we're like, "Fuck yeah, fuck you guys! We're just gonna mosh pit right now." That's so much fun.
That's one of the things about concerts too, is just meeting people there, because it's like you all have something to talk about.
Just like go up to somebody and just talk, be like, "Dude,
like what's your favorite songs from it?
Favorite album, whatever."
Yeah, and that's
you're a fake fan? Get out.
Like it's so cool, right? And yeah, and then I went to go see. We saw Kid Cudi. Then I saw Rare Americans in concert, which is a alternative rock band. It's like
they're so good.
It's really like weird to describe them because they're very pop, but at the same time they're also
they
like
rap too.
They're rock.
Like Rhyme Kitchen. Rhyme Kitchen
weird.
is so weird.
Yeah,
Rhyme Kitchen was whack, bro.
But no, there was a cool concert, and we had pit seating, and it was really funny because at the beginning they had. They had a like Street Fighter like game up there that you went on your phone for, and you voted for who was like the better player. Was it Brittlebones Nikki, or was it like the singer? And then everyone voted, and like it showed like the person, you know. I think it was Brittlebones Nikki that got like knocked off.
You're like talking to me like I went there. And I didn't.
No,
like, oh yeah, it wasn't that guy. No, I have no idea.
It was me and one of my other friends, and it was really cool. And it was another cool thing is that they supposedly they took our cheering and put it into a new song that they're releasing soon, which is really fucking cool. And that's another thing with concerts too, is like having that audience interaction and like using it for things like getting like the energy of the crowd, you know what I mean?
Like it's being creative in a concert.
Right.
Like I hate when bands just like play their music. I want them to like talk, have a conversation. Like, oh, why do you love Philadelphia? Why, you know, whatever. Just like, you know. It's just being more interactive with the crowd.
Right.
Like throwing T-shirts or something. I don't know.
Like a very like, personal
I appreciate that. It feels like, it feels more personal. I think I'm good. I don't know if you want to keep
like, what's up, Philly? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, like, let's go get a cheesesteak. I don't know.
I don't know. It just feels like they're more down to earth, I guess.
Are we done?
Yeah. That's about as much as we.
Reese's Pieces out.
Thank you all so much for watching. Again, I'll have those links in the description below. And yeah, it was great. Our 3rd episode, we don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but stay tuned for that. And yeah.
I'm going to end it like this.
Whoa! Sick. How long did that run for?
An hour and 20.
Jesus Christ.